Hello and welcome to Board Game TV, and it is finally here. Shadow Sunday. We have the Forbidden Fortress. We have the, if you know, as you must know, we have the Shogun Pledge, so we have everything there is to have. And I've come up with a campaign and everything. But first, let's go over the basic story of the Forbidden Fortress. It's basically they saw a star fall from the sky, which ended up being like a meteorite of Darkstone or whatever it was. The people there started mining it, but what happened was it opened all these portals to all these other realms, and a bunch of demons and everybody else started coming through. And they couldn't, Japan couldn't handle it. So they started fighting against them, but they were losing. Well, one of the shoguns of the Toboki clan, I think I'm pronouncing that right, figured out that the Darkstone could give people power. So he made them consume or use Darkstone a lot, and they all mutated, but they became a little bit more powerful. And so he became an evil like warlord with his little armies, and is going around trying to take over Japan and screwing stuff up, just causing war. Meanwhile, the Dragon King, which is the big dragon, I forget his name, Shoru or Shorin or something like that, he's planning and consolidating his power to come back because he got banished. Now he's coming back to our world to finally take it over or destroy it, whichever one he deems worthy of it. And so that's where we're at with Darkstone. The country's in chaos. Evil's everywhere. You have the Shogun and his little clan going around messing stuff up. He's got a bunch of evil followers, kind of like mini bosses, lieutenants that are going around. The Dragon Lords lets loose a bunch of beasts and mythical creatures and monsters on the land, and he's preparing to do all kinds of stuff. And so the place is in chaos. And so to that backdrop, we're going to begin our campaign. Now, Forbidden Fortress, basically, if you have the Shogun Pledge, you basically get 4 worlds, although, well, actually, basically, you get kind of 5 worlds, but 3 of them really are kind of the same. You have Belly of the Beast, which is another world. You have the Forest of the Dead, which is another world. But when you do the Forest of the Dead, the other tiles are the Haunted Castle. And I'm not really going to be doing much with that. We'll be using those tiles and exploring the Haunted Castle, but I don't have something special separated for it. Then you have the regular Forbidden Fortress, and then you have the Temple of Shadows. Now, Temple of Shadows will be using the Forbidden Fortress tiles, artifacts, and stuff like that, although some of the encounters will be different. Now, of course, Belly of the Beast, Forest of the Dead will have their own specified group of monsters. So I'm not mixing in. It's like the Derelict Ship or the Blasted Waste has their own monsters, and they're not coming into the mines. We're saving that. So when you do a Forest of the Dead adventure or a Belly of the Beast adventure, you have a specific group of monsters that characterizes that domain. Same with the Forbidden Fortress and Temple of Shadows. Now, even though Temple of Shadows is technically Forbidden Fortress, I have separated that into its own world and have its own group of monsters. The Forbidden Fortress will dwell on the human evil enemies of the domain, like the ninjas, the Toboki clan. Even though they're mutated, they're still really human. You know, the Shogun and stuff like that. The Temple of Shadows missions will have the more magical beast enemies that the Dragon King has let loose on the world. So, and there's several monsters like that. So when we play a Temple of Shadows mission, it will feel different than a Forbidden Fortress mission, even though it's using the same map tiles and some of the same encounters, but it will have its own specific group of enemies to differentiate that. Now I have 3 hero groups that we're going to be using, and the campaign is going to be, each group is going to have 2 missions in each world, and that's 4 different worlds. And the second mission for each group, they are going to go against a boss or a mini boss according to their group type. Like, for instance, the first group is called the Royal Group, and it consists of the Assassin, the Sorceress, and the Samurai Warrior. Excuse me. And basically, what it is the Emperor has tasked his best Assassin, his best Samurai, and his best Sorceress to go forth and investigate and kill certain bosses or mini-bosses that are basically human, but are causing him problems and have sided with the evil enemies, whether they be at the Shogun or the Dragon King. So that's their job. He sent them out. They are the Royal Group. They have been tasked to do that. And like I said, they're going to have 2 missions in each world. So they themselves are going to have 2 times 4 is 8 missions. And then the second one, of course, they'll be going against the boss of each group. And their first mission will take place with this adventure in the Forbidden Fortress. And we're going to use all the Forbidden Fortress cards, but like I said, they will have their own specific enemies. And then the next group will be the Performer group. And that is basically, they all had the keyword Performer or Showman, and that's the Sumo and the Geisha and the Enforcer. And, you know, they'll have 2 missions in everyone. They'll have certain mini-bosses they'll have to fight. And then the last group is our Holy or Renegade group. And that's the Traveling Monk, the Soldier, and the Kunsane or Kitsune or whatever, the Fox Lady. They have a more mystical, magical side. So they're the ones that are going to try to go up against the more magical type of enemies. That way I showcase nearly every hero. The only 2 heroes that we won't be using in this campaign are the Tadera Veteran and the Dynamo. But they will be used in the next campaign. I have a campaign planned after this one, and we'll be using them in that campaign. And it's going to be a very interesting campaign. But that's a ways off, because we're going to be doing 24. This is going to be a 24 scenario campaign with all the missions with all the heroes. Now, as a caveat, let me just go ahead and say this. If you have not seen any of my Shadows of Brimstone, I have tweaked certain rules. So if you think I made a mistake, but I do something consistently, it may not be a mistake. It may be just a rule tweak that I use. For instance, when I do a revive, I do not like the revive system. So when I have to use the revive token, they have to roll on the injury or madness chart. That's just a penalty for getting knocked out. Okay? I'm sorry. They got wounded bad enough, they got knocked out, they got to roll on that chart. And it's a penalty, and then they will have to go get that injury or madness fixed when they go to town. Also, this will not be a hex crawl. I don't have a hex crawl system for this one yet. I don't really like using the hex crawl system unless I had the Feudal Village expansion, which I don't think is due out for maybe another year. We'll eventually get that and put it into play in other campaigns, but since it's not out now, we just have the base village type stuff. We won't be using the hex crawl type system. Models cannot shoot through other models. I'm not a particular fan of the shootout rules. I will do the grit though, how it's supposed to be done. That kind of stuff. So there are, and we start with one side bag token per person. And there may be a few other things, tweaks that if you see I do. I don't tend to scavenge a lot either. I don't think scavenge is really honestly worth it. A third of the scavenge cards are good, a third of them are okay, nothing really defined, and the other third are bad. And the bad really gets bad. So unless I'm doing particularly really good and everything is going fine, I probably won't tend to scavenge. So don't expect to see a lot of that. Okay, so let's, oh, and another thing. The models for this Forbidden Fortress, they were a hell of a lot better than the Shadows of Brimstone original models. They were a lot easier to put together. They seemed like they were better quality. Thank God there are no resin models. God, I hate the resin models. The only ones I really maybe had a problem with were the Taboki Riflemen and Spearmen and maybe a few little others. But for the most part, they were a lot easier to put together and they were a lot better quality. So kudos to Flying Frog for improving that, which they have been steadily. Like with Blasted Waste, their tile quality and their miniature quality have gotten better. They were getting better around Derelict Ship, Caverns of Cinder type thing. They were starting to really improve since then. The tile quality is pretty good. You can tell they were getting better, like I said, with their tile quality, and well, they got a lot better. And a lot of the tiles are bigger, so you can expect to use a lot more table space with this one. I tend not to use enemy passages. I tend to just go by that. If I draw a passage card, I tend to just skip it and go to the next one. And I probably will still do the same on that, except for Belia the Beast has this cool card deck for enemy passage tiles, which we will definitely be using that. I think that's a great new add-on that they should really think about adding to all the other box sets. That would be great. Our epic threat will not be a boss monster. I have designated certain monsters boss monsters. So when we come to the end of this adventure and when we do our epic threat, it will not be a boss monster. I don't want to kind of give it away. So if I draw it, I'll kind of just say that's not it. I don't want to show it. And then I'll draw until I come across a good epic threat. Okay, well that being said, let's look at our heroes. Our first hero is our assassin. And here he is right here, and I'm using the male version of him. This is him. As you can see, range 4, melee 3. Get that. Where's that light coming, that glare coming from? I gave him the sake, which is basically the whiskey. It heals sanity. There are his stats right there. He has a high initiative of 6. Starts with a Ninja Clan card of your choice. Okay. And I chose the Osaka, or whatever, Brotherhood. He gets +1 strength, free attack once per adventure. Every enemy on your map tile immediately takes 1 hit, doing D6 damage. So that's a pretty good thing right there. He's nimble, +1 move, may move through other models, and you may automatically pass all escape tests. Deadly. Your combat hits ignore any armor an enemy has, and are also +1 damage while your target is the only enemy adjacent to you. Silent Fighter. May not use guns. Once per turn, you may reroll any number of your defense rolls just made. And of course, those. I have to remember that. So I may, forget a few times. Remember, this is the first time I'm playing with these people. Okay, I chose Smoke Bomb for his card. It says once per turn, use 1 grit at any time except during an enemy's activation. To immediately teleport, move up to D6 spaces, ignoring anything in those spaces during the move. If you end this teleport move at least 3 spaces from where you started, gain +2 combat until the end of the turn. So that's very interesting. He comes with a Shuriken, free attack once per fight. It's kind of like the holdout pistol. 5 range, 2 shots. May be used any time during your move, but not while adjacent to enemies. So we have to remember that. He comes with the Ninjato. Your combat hits are critical hits on the hit rolls of 5+. And his personal item is the Taboki House Sigil. He used to be a member of the Taboki clan, which kind of fits in with our story. He's +1 lore, +3 corruption resistance. You are +1 damage on all attacks from and against Taboki enemies. And they are probably the majority of the enemies we will be going against. Okay, next we have the Sorceress. Here's her model right here. I think I did a little bit better on the paint job with these. I'm still no master painter, so don't laugh at me too hard, okay, with that. So there are her stats. She starts with 4 mana. Elemental magic. Starts with 2 elemental magic spells. For each spell, select any element. Then draw 2 cards, choosing one to keep and discarding the other. Each spell may be only cast once per turn. Now, I chose water and fire. And I randomly, like it said to do, picked 2 cards. And really, I got Melt for my fire. It costs 1 mana, it's range 5. Choose a model within range. That target model takes X wounds, ignoring defense and armor, where X is equal to the target's defense value. So the higher the defense value, the more damage you do. If the target has armor, it takes an extra 3 wounds. Do not gain XP from models wounded or killed with the spell. Okay. And then I got Reflection, which costs 10+. This one costs 11+, so they're high to hit. So that's a problem. Cost 1. Cast a spell to choose one hit that you just took. That hit is canceled. And if it was caused by an enemy, roll a d6. On a roll of 5+, that enemy takes 1 hit on themselves using the same damage of the original hit, ignoring defense. And then these are like the levels that casting value gets lower. Magic Focus. As a starting hero, choose one element. I chose fire to be your focus from now on. You are +1 to your casting total when casting a spell of that element. So no longer does it cost me 11, it costs me 10. Arcane Arts. May not use guns. I gave her, for her character card, Blood of the Dragon. At the start of your activation, each turn heal D3 wounds. You are immune to poison. She comes with this Roku Demon Bag. At the start of each adventure, remove any tokens on this item, then place D6 Arcane Powder tokens here. I rolled a 5, so I got 5. You may discard an Arcane Powder token from here to add +1 to each of the casting total of a spell you are casting. So it helps me get these numbers. So that's good. She comes with a free starting upgrade. Elemental Blast. Because as you can see, her melee is just not that good. 5+ to hit. Use 2 mana to fire an Elemental Blast as your ranged attack. Okay. This counts as a spell with the same keyword as your magic focus element, but no casting roll is needed. Right? Range 8, 1 shot. Each hit roll counts as D3 hits on the target. A critical hit roll counts as D3 critical hits, so that's pretty good. The only thing is her mana, we just got to keep track of that. And then her personal item, which she came with, I gave her bandages, is traditional face makeup. What a random pick, but hey, it works for our female here. Once per venture, you may remove all status effect markers you currently have and recover 1 grit. Okay. Last but not least is our Samurai Warrior. And this is him right here. These are his stats, as you can see, and I gave him the bomb because he has the highest strength. His max fury is 6. Samurai battle tactics starts with 2 random Warrior Samurai Battle Tactics. You draw 3, choose 2. Battle tactics may each only be used once per turn. Again, I didn't think that great. I got Execution. It costs 5. Choose an adjacent enemy and roll a single die for melee or range to hit. Your choice. If successful, that enemy immediately takes d6 wounds, ignoring defense and armor. If the enemy model is not killed, though, it gains +2 combat during its next activation. So I'm a little worried about that. And then I did Spearhead, which costs 3. Use only while you are more spaces from the entry door of the map tile you are on than every other hero on this map tile. Add extra damage to one of your combat hits equal to the number of other heroes on your map tile. So there it goes. Battle Fury. Anytime you do 1 or more wounds to an enemy with a combat hit, gain 1 Fury token. Okay, and I gave him Rising Sun as his card. Once per turn, use 1 grit to add +2 damage to one of your combat hits. Whenever the darkness roll is failed, not including depth events, recover a grit on a roll of 6 d6 roll 4+, and he has the lantern. He has the Warrior's Katana as one of his starting items. It's +1 combat. Once per turn, spend 2 Fury to add +1 damage to one of your combat hits. He has the Samurai Helmet. Once per turn, when you kill an enemy, gain a Fury. And the Samurai Armor, which gives him 5+ armor, 2+ health, but -1 initiative. That's why I have him last, because him and the Sorceress are tied at 3, but this is going to give him now 2. And his personal item is the Dragon Tattoo, +2 health. So again, he's going to be the tank. Once per venture, use 2 grit to take an extra activation at initiative level 1. So there we go. Those are our heroes. Now let's have a look at our mission. Now, I don't know if you know this yet. I know some people are very disappointed by this, but the first 6 basic missions in the Forbidden Fortress adventure book, the base adventure book, are basically exactly the same as the first 6 basic missions from the other 2 core sets. I understand why they did that. If you're going to do it for the other 2 core sets, do it for this one. I guess they'll probably do that for the other core sets unless they get too much blowback from it. But, hey, who knows? But we're going to be playing Exploration. We never played that in our regular Shadows of Brimstone, so might as well play it now. It says, you've been hired by the local samurai warlord to investigate and clear out the home of one of his Dynamo lieutenants that was overrun by creatures of the night. He will pay you well to dispose of any remaining demons or evil spirits that haunt this small fortress. He assumes that that is a modest castle, and surely most of the creatures that killed his lieutenant have moved on by now. Sounds simple, right? It always does. We weren't hired by a local samurai. We were told by the emperor, hey, I had a very good lieutenant. He was murdered. Go to his castle. Clear out anybody that murdered him. Make sure it's straight afterwards. So that's what they've been tasked with. Okay. This mission starts with the fortress entrance map leading directly to the T-junction. All heroes start on the fortress entrance map. Remove a T-junction map card from the fortress map. Note the hero party marker is not moved forward. Okay. The heroes must explore the entire fortress, not including any gates they might find along the way, which we won't. We're going to ignore that. And defeat all enemies they come across to successfully complete this mission. All exploration tokens with a clue icon have 1 less door on them. Okay. Anytime you reveal an exploration token, roll a d6 for each door on that token. On a roll of 4+, ignore that door icon. When the hero party marker is in the middle of the stage of the death track, ignore on a 3+ instead. While the hero party marker is on the last stage of the depth track, ignore all door gate icons automatically. So it's limiting us, I guess, to how many rooms will be there. Whenever a dead-end room is found, a room map tile that has no exits, roll a d6. And then we have add an epic threat to the exploration token. Add a normal threat to the exploration token. There is no extra threat. For this mission, Growing Dread cards are revealed immediately when drawn rather than being placed on the stack. Once the heroes have explored the entire fortress, all paths lead to a dead-end room. If a room has only gates as exits, this count as a dead end. They must defeat any remaining enemies on the board to complete the mission. Okay. Each hero receives 25 experience as well as $50 times the number of steps on the depth track, the hero party markers from the fortress and into space. If the heroes fail the mission, the darkness escapes the fortress and lay waste to the roads and villages in the area. When the heroes travel to town after this adventure, they must each roll twice to see if they add a travel hazard. Also, one random building in town will have been destroyed by the escaping darkness. Okay, so that's where we are at. Just a little side quick note on storage. The only extra storage thing I got was one of these to put tokens that were not, that did not come with Shadows of Brimstone. Like all the bandage tokens that came with this, I put in my normal set here. So only with a few exceptions, like the poison markers, because that thing was slammed full. All these are just basically the new tokens. You had a lot of new tokens and you had a lot of repeat tokens. I mean, there were a lot of Darkstone tokens, a lot of bandages, a lot of grit, a lot of corruption, and I just added them to the main box. So all I do is just add this, and then I have another shelf unit to store my enemies in. And that's it. That's all the extra storage solution. And then for each set, I just basically, like all Forest of the Dead, just has the Forest of the Dead character sheets and tiles and cards in it. The Forbidden Fortress box set does have the Belly of the Beast and the regular Forbidden Fortress, and Temple of Shadows has the Temple of Shadows stuff. So it's not much more to organize. It's not really that hard, you know. So I know some people may be daunting, but if you store it right, it won't be too bad. And there was a lot of stuff. You're talking about 200 plus models. I mean, it took a long time. It took me a freaking week to put together and paint those things, and then come up with some of these, figure out which adventures I want to do and stuff like that. So for Forbidden Fortress, let's go over what monsters we can come across. Taboki Riflemen, Fallen Sorcerers, Taboki Spearmen, the Living Statue, he's a boss, the Red Ronin, he's a boss, Ninjas, the Ninja Master, he's a boss, the Kumoso Summoners, the Taboki Cannon, and the Nobu Taskmaster, he's a boss, and of course the Fallen Shogun, he's a boss. Now none of these bosses will be available this mission, so these are all the ones we can do. And the Taboki Clanmen are basically, think of the Undead Army, but just mutated. So if it was like the Scafford Gang or something, and they have that cannon. We have our Summoners, our Sorcerers, our Ninjas, our Spearmen. So they're basically all human. The Taboki guys are just mutated. And that is the Forbidden Fortress set of monsters that we will be using. And of course, when the bosses come up, the bosses will come up. Okay, so let's go ahead and get a few things straight, and then I will go ahead and get started. Alright, first thing we're going to do, of course, we're going to roll for Hold Back the Darkness. And I rolled double fours. Well, okay, let's see what happens there. Splintered Collapse. Each hero in the fortress immediately takes 3 hits that do 2 wounds each. Whew. Okay. Alright, well, let's see here. The Ninja has a defense of 4. Okay, so we have to take, wow. That was horrible. Okay, well let's go ahead. We only have 10 health, so jeez. Let's take 4 damage. Okay. Sorceress. She has to take 4 damage. Alright, and the Samurai Warrior, he has a 3. He takes just 2 damage. Oops. Okay. Well, that was horrible. Let's go ahead and start the ninja here. He rolls a 5, so let's go ahead and move him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think he has a +1 move, so he actually moves 6. The sorceress, she will heal D3 wounds at the start of her activation, so she can heal 3 wounds. Pretty good. She will go. She rolls a 2. 1, 2. And the samurai. Oh, actually, you know what? I forgot to roll for his armor. So let's roll for his armor. He took 1 hit. If I get a 5 or higher. No, okay. Alright. So let's roll for his movement. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Well, that's where we're at. Let's go ahead and roll for darkness. 5. We failed. So we're going to move that there. Let's start our next turn. Okay, so we're going to go. Which way do we want to go? Let's start this way. 1, 2, 3. Let's go ahead and explore. So let's go ahead and get a map card. We have Inner Garden. So let's get that. Is this it? No, that's not it. Is this it? I can't tell. I'm so no, that's not it. I'm so unfamiliar with these tiles, but we'll get used to them. That's not it. That's too big. Come on, where's that at? Okay, here we go. Alright, so here we go. So it looks like it's going to be, this is the, it's right here. Okay. And he can move actually 1 more. We will move this. Let's go ahead and put an exploration token on the board. Okay. And that is the end of his turn. The sorceress will heal her last wound. And she rolls a 2, so she's there. And our samurai, well, he rolls a 2, so he's 1, 2. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what we're going to get. We have an attack, and we have 1 door. So now let's see what it is. It's all exploration tokens have 1 less door. Anytime you roll a d6 for each door or gate icon on that token, on a roll 4+, ignore it. Okay, so if on a 4+, we ignore it. And we actually ignore it. So this is going to be a dead end. So let's go ahead and wall this off. Okay, so that's walled off. We won't have any exploration. And we're going to have an attack. So let's pick an enemy. We're at a medium. So we get D3 and 2 low threat cards. Eee, damn, man, that's a lot. Chase. Okay, that's a little, man, that's a little punishing there, but okay, let's see. Okay, so we have one of these guys. Well, that's good, and 2 low threat cards. Okay, 1 Fallen Sorcerer, and D3 plus 1 Clan Ninjas. So we're going to get, again, 2 Clan Ninjas, 1 Fallen Sorcerer, and 1 Kamuso Summoner. Okay, so let's have a look at the cards. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's just have a look-see here. These guys have initiative of 6. Void magic at the start of its activation if not adjacent to a hero. A Fallen Sorcerer rolls a d6 on a 1 through 4. It hurls an elemental bolt targeting as per shootout. On 5 through 6 it casts a random spell from the Void magic deck. Okay, and there's the elemental bolt stuff. Immune to critical hits and explosives. Okay, now that's okay, I can see that now, but usually dynamite I have a special rule for, and divine magic. I don't know if we have divine on that, and that's what these guys don't look too easy. Okay. Kamuso Summoner have initiative of 5. Immune to critical hits, and heroes may not assign hits to this enemy unless it's adjacent to it. Chilling Tones at the start of its enemy's activation, every hero on its map tile takes D3 horror hits, or D6 if adjacent. All other non-summoner enemies on the same or adjacent map tile as one or more of the Kamuso Summoners gain +1 combat shot and +1 defense. Okay. And at the end of this enemy's move, roll a d6. On a roll 4+, draw a Conjure Spirit, or if a Conjure Spirit has been drawn, it becomes enhanced. So they don't really do anything, they just enhance people and spirits, as you can see, with no combat, no damage. And we have Clan Ninja. Shadow Clan. If there's not already a Shadow Clan card in play, draw one for this enemy group. Okay. Shuriken, there's its attacks. Acrobatic, moves through other models and changes targets each turn. Deadly, this enemy's combat hits ignore armor and dodge armor 5+. So we have 1, 1, and 2. Okay. Well, while we're here, before I set the enemies up, let's go ahead and roll for darkness. We got double 6s. Look at that. So it's each hero may immediately now heal D6 wounds or recover 1 grit. Okay, well, she'll get a grit. I can tell you that right now. He will heal 1. That's terrible. And he will heal. And he heals. Okay. Alright, so he's fully healed. That's a little bit better, although the ninja's still a little hurt. Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get the enemies and we will place them on the board. I guess the farthest away would be here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay. So that's what. Alright, as you can see, I got everything set up. Now, the ninjas are the Order of Muto. They have poison weapons. This enemy's ranged and melee to hit rolls of 6. Also add D3 poison markers if the hero takes 1 or more wounds from the hit. Okay. So, the Fallen Sorcerer, they both have initiative of 6, so I just go in ahead and put him first. Okay. So there he's going to go. Okay, so, the Fallen Sorcerer will go first. It says at the start of its activation, if not adjacent to a hero. It is not. Let's roll and see what happens. Roll, and it's a 4. On a 1 through 4, it hurls an elemental bolt targeting shootout. Well, the only one it can hurl would be at him. So he is going to hurl an elemental bolt at our ninja here. And it is 1 shot, 4 damage. The 2 hit roll, what keyword it is. Okay, so let's roll. And he needs a 3 or higher to hit. And he missed. Look at that. Wow, that's great. So went right by. Okay, and now it can go and wow. Okay, he has no more. There's nothing else he can do. He doesn't want to be going up there. His melee is terrible. Well, I mean, it's two. We do peril die, but he won't get his free shot or do the spell if he's next to somebody. So he's just going to stay right there, I assume. And then next is the Clan Ninja. Okay, so they have a better melee. Their melee is 3. Their range is 4. So they have a move of 7. So let's go ahead and move him here. And he will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, sure, why not? And attack there. Okay. Ninja versus Ninja. Okay, so let's see. They have 1 combat. And we need a 3+. And they got a hit. Okay. Alright, well, let's see if we can defend against that. And we cannot. Now, do I want to spin a grit? I guess I will. I guess I will spin a grit. Let's go ahead and spin the grit and see if I can't re-roll that defense. Okay, I did re-roll that. 6, very good. So we don't get hit on that. Then we have that one right there. And that's a hit. Okay, and let's see what we have here. If we can defend against it. We can defend against that. So, no problems on that. And now it is our assassin's turn, actually. He will go. Of course, he is right here. Now, remember, he gets a free attack once per fight. But he's adjacent, so he can't use it right now. Maybe use it in a minute. Once per turn, use 1 grit. I could. No, I don't have a grit, so there's no doing that. Although he will be deadly. Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and regular attack this guy. We do critical hits on 5+. So we have 2 combat, and we well, we missed 1. We did a regular hit on 1. So let's see how much damage we do. They have a dodge. So let's see if they dodge it. No, they cannot dodge it. Okay, we did a full 6 damage. They have a health of 6. Their defense is 3. Now, let's see here. I do +1 damage since he was the only one adjacent to me. So that's 7 damage. Yeah, but it didn't. 7 minus 3 is 4. After playing such high power heroes, ending with Brimstone, it's a little weird to be so underpowered, you know. But, I mean, that's all we got. I can't use the Shuriken now. I mean, I could, actually, if I wanted to, I could move and use the Shuriken. Because I can move through other models and I automatically pass escape test. So, let's go ahead. Let's do that while we're thinking about it. I'm going to move him back. He's going to move back 2. And he will use his Shuriken. And it's once per fight. He gets 2 shots. Okay, 2 crits. That is just beautiful. So, can this guy? I'm gonna try to target him with one. Can he dodge it? He cannot. So, I did 2 damage. That is enough to kill this ninja. So this ninja is dead. And he will gain 40 experience for that. Wow, okay. And then I think my second shot, I'm going to target this guy. He's immune to critical hits, so it won't hurt him critically. He has a defense of 3, but it's nice to weed out a little bit, so let's just try it. Maybe I can get a decent roll. Well, that kind of got stuck on that. Okay, no, I did not, so, Okay, well, okay, that's fine. And now it is this guy's turn. Now, remember, he doesn't, okay, at the start of this enemy, every hero on its map tile takes D3 horror hits. Okay, well, he's the only one on the map tile. He's going to take 1 horror hit, and he passes it. Alright, all the known enemies on the map tile gain +1 combat and +1 defense. Oops, I forgot about that. Okay, so we're going to have to give that ninja. Now, the +1 defense wouldn't have mattered because I did 1 extra enough to kill him. But we are going to have to give him an extra combat against him. I forgot about that. Now, this guy didn't use combat, so we didn't do that. We just used a range. Okay, so he would have hit. Would we have defended? Yes, we would have defended. So, okay. Okay, now we've done that. At the end of his turn, roll a d6. On a 4+, do a Conjured Spirit card. We did. Okay, so we have Formless Hate. A sinister and formless hate swirls around you, harnessed by the power of a summoner. You feel the weight of its evil hang thick in the air. Something terrible is about to happen. Draw a darkness card. Okay, so we got to draw a darkness card. And see, it says, all undead enemies gain this. Okay, this is going to remain in play, which is fine. Okay, alright. And that's all this guy does. That's it. That's a pretty unique enemy, to be honest with you. I have to say that if I should remember that, maybe I would have sent him up there to do combat, but I don't know, man. I think he's more powerful if he's away. Okay, well that's it. Now it is the samurai's turn. He's gonna go, the sorceress's turn. I'm sorry, and let's roll for her movement. She rolls a 4. Let's see what we want to do with her. We definitely want a ranged attack. Let's go move her 1, 2, 3, 4. She's going to go there. She will do her her elemental blast. It's 1 shot. I mean, it's, you know, she has 2 grit. So we could try to do that and see if she can blow the hell out of this guy. Okay, it's a 4. That's a hit. Now he does get his dodge. So let's roll for his dodge. And he did dodge it. So that blast just went right by. Didn't do anything. Eek. Okay. Now I can try to do the spell. It'll cost me a mana. No, I can't. I chose to do my other spell. Okay, well that's terrible. Alright. Next up is the samurai. He will go. She's going to take some getting used to be honest. Okay. whenever the whole back of the darkness roll is failed. We failed it once, so I forgot about that. We can recover a grit. Well, okay, no we won't. Okay, so let's see what we're going to do. We are going to attack him. We get +1 combat. So we have 3 combat. Okay. 1's a crit. Okay, we hit him once. Let's see if he dodges it. He does not. So we did a critical hit on him. Now his defense, no, is not up max. So we did a critical hit. Let's see how much damage we do. Okay, I think I could do 3 damage. No, I can do 1 damage. I could spin a grit, do 4 damage. Okay, let's do that. We're going to spin this grit, and we're going to add +2. So that's going to be 4 damage to him. That's going to go through his defense. Okay. So there's that. Now, it was kill enemy. Nope. Anytime you do one, we get 1 fury token. So let's go ahead and get a fury token. Okay. And that looks like that is just going to be it. Wow. Okay, well that's it for that turn. Let's go ahead and roll for darkness. 7. So we've passed. We're good on that. And now it is the bad guy's turn. Okay, and he will start again. And again, I think I'm going to. We're going to roll. See what he does. He rolls a 1, so he's going to hurl the elemental bolt again. And again, he's going to hurl it at our ninja. And he missed. He whiffed again. Well, we're getting very lucky on that, to be honest with you. That is great. Alright, so that's it. That's the end of his turn. Okay, the ninja there, he's going to go. And he has 1 combat. He rolls a 1. He whiffed. Wow, that is just... Well, he gets 2 combat. I'm sorry. No, he does not. He's not on the same tile. So I think maybe next time I might move him. Let's see if he can go up. So he whiffed. Okay, so now it is our ninja here. Okay, let's roll for movement for our ninja. We rolled a 6. Okay. Who do I want to attack? He's immune to critical. Okay. Actually, what we're going to do is we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to go adjacent to him. He's no longer immune to critical. And he's adjacent to him, so he can't do his ranged anymore. So we're going to do that. And we're going to go ahead and attack. We'll attack him first. Well, I don't want all these cards out here. 2 crits. Look at that. Holy cow. Wow. That is beautiful. That is not beautiful. So that's going to be 4 damage. I have nothing to re-roll that. Your combat hits ignore armor enemy, and it has 1 damage where your target is the only enemy adjacent to you. Well, that's not okay. Okay, so 4 damage. That was a bad roll on that end, but you know we'll have to deal with that. I thought with 2 crits, man, we could have did a lot better, but I don't have anything to re-roll that, so we're gonna put 4 damage on this cat. And now it is going to be his turn. Okay, and now we have to do a horror hit activation. Let's see, we have to take D3 horror hits. We're going to have to take 2 horror hits. And we pass both of them. Okay. Alright, and then that's basically it. We take a summoner card on a roll of 4+. 5. It is enhanced. So we've already drawn one. So it's enhanced. So we got to put a Growing Dread card in play. I think that's the way that's right. It says, at the end of this enemy's move, roll a d6. On a roll of 4+, draw a Conjured Spirit card. Or, if it has already been drawn, well, it hasn't been drawn this round. Like, maybe another guy, I don't know. Well, let's just go ahead and draw another card. I think that would be better if one. I think what I'm going to do, though, is he's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to move right there. And then we'll draw a Conjured Spirit card. The Crying Child. Okay. Echoing through the halls, the howling cries of a terrifying child eat at your mind. Though you know it is nothing more than an echo of horrors passed along, it is difficult to stay focused. All heroes on the same map tile, as one or more summoners, are -1 to their hit rolls during their next activation, cannot get critical hits. Okay. Okay. Alright, well, there you go. Okay, now it is the sorceress's turn. She will roll for movement. She rolls a 2. Really nothing there. And I think she will do the flame. And see if she can hit. We use our 2 mana. Four. That's a hit. Now, does he dodge it? He does not dodge. Okay. So now he didn't dodge. It's going to count as D3 hits. It's going to count as 2 hits on him. Okay. So it's 2 hits, and he's going to take... he has a defense of 3. If I'm correct. Yeah, each hit roll counts as D3 hits. We did 2. And he's doesn't do anything. Okay. Alright, so we rolled 2 4s. He has a defense of 3. So it's going to be 1 damage each. So that's enough to kill him. Because that's 6 wounds. So, yeah, he's dead. So this ninja guy right here is dead. So that's good. And she will gain 40 experience. Okay, now the samurai will go. He's way the hell over there. So let's go ahead and roll for his movement. And he rolls a 6. That's very good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's going to come walking right up adjacent to him. And he will attack. And he has 3 combat. Okay, well, let's see. He hit 1 time. Alright, I don't have anything to do with that. But I rolled a 5, so that's good. He has a defense of 3, so he will take 2 damage. So add 2 more. That's going to be 6. And he will gain another fury because he wounded him. Let me see. Could I have spent that 1 fury on anything? You know, but I could do it next time. Yeah. Okay. Okay, well, that's the end of the turn. All heroes on the same tile as one or more of the summoner are -1 to hit during the next activation and cannot get critical hits. Well, I mean, we rolled enough to hit. No, we did not. We rolled a 4. We were -1 to hit, so he still only has 4 damage. Okay. Okay. Well, that's the end of that. Let's go ahead and roll for darkness. Double 3s. Ugh. Move the darkness 2 steps forward on the depth track. Okay. 1, 2. I'm going to draw a darkness card here. All ghost enemies. Well, it's a good thing I'm getting ghost enemies. Okay, so now we have a start of a new turn. We have our summoner here. He is not adjacent. So at the start of his activation, he is not adjacent. So he will have combat. He has 3 combat because the summoner is buffing him. And he only hits once. Can we defend against that? No, we cannot. So we're going to take a perils die worth of damage. 3. So we take 3 damage. Puts us at 6. We have 10 health. Eesh. Okay, well that's it for him. Now the ninjas are done. So they won't go. Our assassin will. And let's see what we're going to do with him. I mean, this sorcerer's here. Wonder if magic would be better fighting magic. Who knows? I don't like that peril die of combat, really. So he can move away. So I think what we're going to do is he's going to go 3. 1, 2, 3. He's going to move here. We're going to block this son of a bitch in. Okay. And we're going to attack. And now remember we are -1 and we cannot get critical hits. Which is a shame because we got a critical hit, but we did hit. So that's fine. 5 damage. Actually, we did 6 damage because we were deadly. And so we did 6 damage. He has 3 defense, so he's going to take 3 more wounds. So that's 4, that's 7 damage on him. And he is 1 away from getting popped. Okay. Man, is there anything I can do? Huh. I don't have a grit, so I can't do any of that stuff. But I couldn't do critical. If we were able to do critical, we'd have killed him. But it's his turn now, and now the samurai and the ninja have to take horror hits. So the ninja's got to take 3 horror hits. And he passes 1. So he's going to take 2 sanity loss. The samurai's got to take 2 horror hits. And he passes 1. So he's going to take 1 sanity loss. Okay. And now we got to roll to see if he summons a new spell. He does not. So the enhanced is not done. The crying child is still there, but there we go. Okay, so it's now the sorceress's turn. And she moves 2. 1, 2. Now she has a range of 8, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. She can shoot at him. So let's see what we can do. 4. Well, that is a hit. So it's going to be... She's not on the same map tile, so the thing doesn't affect her. So it's going to be 2 hits. Oof, and that was bad. You know what? Let's spin the grit. Let's spin the grit and re-roll those 2 dice. And that's a little bit better. Okay, so he's going to take 1 from this one, and he's going to take 2 from this one. So he takes 3 damage from the blast. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. And now it is the samurai. If I kill him, I gain fury. Or I might move. I would move there. Because, see, he would. Yeah, the ninja would get to go. So, you know what? We're gonna roll for the samurai. Well, he gets a grit. So, he's not going to be able to move away. But he did get a grit. And I guess he'll just attack this summoner guy. Okay, well, we got 1 hit with a 6, no problem. And we can't do crits, but that's fine. Now, we did 3. He has a defense of 3. But I can spend 2 fury to add 1 damage, which will make it 4. Which will be the 1 hit I need, and he kills this guy right here. So this guy is dead. Now I get rid of the fury, however, we gain a fury for when we killed him, and we gained a fury for when we wounded him. So that's back to 2 fury. Okay. And let's give him some experience points. Okay, and that, my friends, and that is done because that spell will no longer come into effect. And that is the end of the round. So let's go ahead and roll for darkness. We got an 8, we're good. So he will go. Who will he attack? He can actually attack all 3. Well, let's roll first and see what he does. He rolls a 1, so he will actually attack. He can attack all 3. Let's roll to see who he attacks. He's going to attack the samurai. Okay, so he's going to roll. And that's a hit. So that's a hit. And it's going to ignore defense. Let's see here. So he has no defense. So that damage is going to do 4 damage to the samurai. Now, ignores defense doesn't say ignores armor, so let's roll for the armor. Oh, we got it! So he takes no damage, the samurai does. That is great. Okay. And now it is the hero's turn. And it's our ninja's turn. He will move. He's right here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's dark out. It's a little hard to see sometimes. And so he will attack. He gets 2 attacks. Okay, that's 1 hit. See how much damage he does. 5. He does 6 damage because that's the only enemy. And this guy has a defense of 3, so he does 3 more damage, which puts him at 6. Okay. Now the sorceress will go. Let's roll for her movement. She rolls a 6. 1, 2, 3. We're just going to put her right there. 4, 5. Straight line. Oh, but we'll spend a grit. Let's re-roll. Okay, 5. That's a hit. Let's see how many hits it does. 2 hits. Okay, 4 and 4. That's 2 more damage. Okay, so that's 8 now. And now the samurai will go. He rolls 2. Well, that's not good because that's 1, 2. That is not good enough. We don't have anything to range attack. So, that is the end of the turn. Let's roll for darkness. 8. We're fine. He will go. He is no longer adjacent, so he cannot do that. So he will have to attack the ninja. He's only going to get 2 combat. He whiffed on one, but he hit on the other. Let's see if we can defend against that. And was it 4? We can defend against it, so no problem. Okay, and now it is the ninja's turn. I think what I'm going to have him do is, yeah, that's it. Ninja will go. So roll for his movement. Okay. It's 2 attacks. Oh boy, that's total whiff. Can't do anything. Okay, sorceress will roll for movement. Okay, she will attack. She misses. What a whiff. And now the samurai will go. He rolls a 1. But you know what? Give him a grit. And he will attack. And he has 3 combat. Where's my other die? There it is. Okay. Well, we did 1 hit. I'm going to spend a grit and re-roll. Ugh. Okay, that didn't help. Okay. Alright, well we did 1 hit. 5. Okay. Now if I spin that grit and do +2 damage, that'll be 7. That'll be 4 damage, and that will be enough to kill him. So let's do that. We do that. We spin the grit. We do 2 damage. We have killed the sorcerer. That's going to be 20 more experience for him. And he actually gains 2 more fury tokens. And we have defeated our guys here. And we're going to get some loot cards. That was a fight. I didn't think, honestly, I was going to survive that. Let's go ahead and heal everybody. She's fine. He'll automatically heal that. So it's the ninja we got to worry about. And he heals, well, he heals 1 health. Okay. Let's draw some loot. The ninja will go first, and he gets blood money. And he gets $125. And 20 experience. The sorceress will get, what's this? Ooh. Draw an artifact card. Alright, let's draw an artifact. Let's see what we find. Resurrection Scroll. Discard to resurrect a dead hero, returning them alive. They come back through Taint, though, with -1 corruption resistance. Yes, I will take that. And the samurai, he's going to get $100. Okay. Next loot for the assassin. It's a dark stone. And 20 experience. Next loot for the sorceress is some gold bars. $250 and 20 experience. And samurai, some gold nuggets. Wow, 5 times 50, 250 and 20 experience. And last for the assassin is a gear card and 20 experience. So let's see what kind of gear we get. Zen bow, critical hits on. If you do not move this turn, it ignores endurance and armor. It's a 2-handed weapon. Gear bow holy. Now she can't use guns, but it's a 2-handed weapon. Didn't he have something? I'm going to give this to her, actually. Because that's better than an elemental blast. Well, no, not exactly. It's not. Okay, I'll give it to, he'll keep the Zenbo. If he doesn't move, he can always shoot people with that. Okay, next up, the Sorceress. It's a Darkstone Rock, 20 experience, and 2 Darkstone. And the Samurai gets 1 Darkstone and 20 experience. Okay. Alright, and I think what's going to happen is that's it. So let's go ahead, put that loop back there. That was well, that was fun. That was interesting, I'll tell you that. So we have a dead end here. Let's go this way. First things first, let's go ahead and just roll for darkness again, and then we'll get everything situated. Well, we failed, so we're gonna have to draw a darkness card. Now, however, he can recover a grit on a roll of 4+, and he does. So he covers a grit. So let's go ahead and move this here, and let's see what darkness we have. All undead. Man, I've got the. I must have not shuffled them good because we're at all undead enemies. Hey, that's fine with me. So let's go ahead and let me get this stuff moved out of the way and straightened, and we'll get right back. Okay, so let's go ahead and roll for our heroes. Okay, the ninja, he can move 5. He's actually move 6. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The sorceress, she can roll 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. She'll stay there. Because she's going to heal him with the bandages. We're going to use the bandages. And we're going to heal our ninja for health. Okay. And then the samurai will go. He can move 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're all nice and together there. Okay, let's roll for darkness. We got an 8. We made it. And let's go ahead and go again. The ninja, well, he moves 1, 2. The sorceress, she'll move 4, and we'll go ahead and go 1, 2, 3, and we will get a new map tile. We have burning room. Alright. Let's see here. Again, just bear with me on these. I'm not familiar with these tiles. This is it right here. And it goes like this. Yeah, like that. It's going to go like this. So she's going to be right there. Let's go ahead and move this up 1. Let's put an exploration token on the board. And let's see what we get. Our samurai is going to move. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's going to move there. Alright. And so let's see what we find. We have an encounter and a clue. Now there's a gate. So what's going to happen is it says the clue have 1 less door gate. So it has no exit. So again, find some. It's not going to have any door gate. We're going to have our encounter, which is a special encounter for this room. But also it says, anytime you reveal an exploration token, roll a d6 for each door gate icon on that token. Roll 4 on that here. Okay. Whenever a dead-end room is found that has no exits. So this will actually have no exits. We have to roll a die to see what we get. We rolled a 6, and we got lucky because 6 is, there is no extra threat here. Alright, so we got lucky. So we're just going to have our regular encounter, and it is Blazing Inferno. So let's find that. Here we go. This is, one corner of this room is on fire. Gouts of thick black smoke erupt from the blazing beams, and burning embers float through the air like fireflies. singeing anything they land on. Any hero starting their activation on this map tile takes 1 hit that does 2 damage. Any hero on this map tile making a ranged attack is -1. Okay. When first revealed, roll a d6. On a roll of 1, 2, something emerges from the flames. Attack, draw a threat card. Okay. Well, I got a 4, so nothing emerges. So there we go. Alright, well, looks like we're going this way now. So let's go ahead and roll for darkness. And we missed that, so that's going to go there. And let's see if he can recover a grit. He cannot. Now the assassin is not on that tile, so he will not pay that penalty. And he rolls a 6, so we're going to move 1, 2, 3. We're going to go ahead and move that up. We're going to draw a new map tile, and we have a dojo. No, I saw that one. Here we go. I'm only going to have 1 exit on there, so it's maybe a short thing. A dojo. 5, 6. Let's draw an exploration token. Okay. Now the other 2 heroes will yeah, I forgot to explain something. You see these white lines here on these tiles? Those are like elevated, so, or walled off, so if you were outside of it, you couldn't pop somebody on that. Okay, so let's go. Let's see now. The sorceress is going to go. She is on that map tile. She takes 1 hit. Let's see if she can block it. And she cannot. So she's going to take 2 damage. And then she will move. Oh, man. 1. And she gets a grit. The samurai will take a hit. And let's see if he can block it. He can't either. So he will take 2 damage as well. Let's see if he can move. 2. 1, 2. Boy, they're having terrible luck rolling. So let's see what we find here. We have an encounter and we have our second clue. Okay, so, well, alright. So first off, this thing has no doorways because it has 1 less doorway than it normally would. So let's go ahead and wall that off. So there we go. Alright, so there's that. So it says have 1 less door gate on them. Wow, hold on. That has 3 doors on it. So it only have 2 doors, to be honest with you. Anytime you roll a d6 for each has on token. Okay, so we gotta have to roll. So let's see. Okay, well, we do. Anyways, we ignore the door gate icon on the token because we rolled a 4 or higher. So I was right. Because normally when you find a clue, you take 1 of these off. So it still has 2 doorways, so we still would have a door, but I had to roll a 4. Okay, alright, so we found a dead end room, so let's go ahead and roll a d6 and see what happens. I rolled a 6 again. Holy cow, no extra threat. Man, I got lucky on that. However, this is the end. Explore the all paths. If the room has only it must defeat enemies on the board. Huh. Whenever a dead room is found, a room map tile that has no... It doesn't say... Well, I rolled a 6, so I add no extra threat there for growing dread cards. So it looks like once the heroes have explored the entire fortress, all paths lead to a dead end room. They must defeat any remaining enemies on the board to complete the mission. It doesn't say draw an epic threat. It just says whenever an dead end room is found with no exits, roll a d6. And we did that. We got lucky on the 6 a couple times. I may have messed up on this one. That was, yeah. You know what? I did mess up on this one. I forgot to roll for this room. We had an attack, but I forgot to roll for this room. Because it would have had, well, it would have had one exit. And I rolled a 4 plus, I remember on that. So let's go ahead and roll and see. We're going to roll, I can't believe I messed up. Let's roll one more time. 4. We're going to draw a normal threat card. Okay, to kind of balance it out. I remember rolling a 4 plus on this to get rid of all the gates. I didn't roll the second time for d6. And I rolled a 4, so we would have had an extra enemy in here, or an extra enemy card. Because that attack was just from that one. So, I know we got a 6 on this one, and a 6 on that one, so, yeah, I made that little mistake. Sorry about that, it's just, I'm trying to, just keep it up with a lot of new stuff in this, but to compensate, we will fight another normal enemy, because we rolled a 4, so let's go ahead and see what we found. 2 summoners and 1 low threat card. 1 summoner and 1 low threat card. Okay, he won't count. He's a boss. Okay, so I have 3 summoners. Yeesh. And these guys right here. Okay, should be 3. So let's get the summoners, and then let's have a look at the riflemen. Okay. So the riflemen, yeah, as you can see, they have armor 5 plus. Regeneration heals 2 wounds at the start of each turn. Ranged attack, 3 shots, 3 damage. 2 hit rolls of 6 do double damage. And then that's their stats. So we're going to have 4 of these guys and 3 of these summoners. Ooh. And they both have the same initiative, so I guess I'll keep the summoners back. And we'll let them be the second ones. Okay, well, let me get the board set up. So we'll have 4 riflemen and 3 summoners. Alright. The board is set. Let's go ahead and roll for darkness. We got 11, we're good. Now, the ninja will go first. Now, he has the thing, free attack. Every enemy on your map tile takes 1 hit doing d6 damage. Now, however, these guys have that barrier, and heroes may not assign hits to his enemy unless adjacent to it. So the summoners will not take. The Taboki riflemen there will take the hits though. So let's see how much damage we'll go left to right. They do. So he takes 6, so one of them's going to take 3. So he takes 3. The other one is going to take 2. The other one, at the start of the enemy, wait a minute, all other non-summoners enemies, oh, that's right. Okay, well actually, okay, so we'll just take 1, 1. He takes none because I rolled a 4. And that last one takes none. Okay, that's right, they're +1 defense. Okay, well that's the free attack. Now let's roll for movement. Okay, I rolled a grit, 1 grit. Now, however, I'll take that grit. Okay, I'm thinking about doing the smoke bomb. I can use the grit and immediately teleport, and that if you move at least 3 spaces you gain +2 combat. So that would actually be pretty damn good. But I don't want to do that yet. As a matter of fact, I got a plan, so I'm not going to do that yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attack with the Zen bow. Well, first I'm going to use my shuriken. I'm not adjacent to anybody, so I get two shots. It's my free attack, and look at that, 2 hits. Okay, one's a crit actually, so that's pretty good. Now their defense, so that's pretty good. So 2 hits, one's a crit. Let's see what we're going to do. Okay, well, I will. This is not going to go through its defense, so it's dead. This is going to do a full 6 damage to somebody, and I will assign it to this guy right here. He has 6 health. Oh, let's see. He has an armor. So as long as he doesn't pass his armor, we're good. And he has an armor 5+. He rolled a 4. So he kills this Taboki right here, right off the bat, with his free ninja star, which is really good. So he's going to get 30 XP for that. Okay, then I'm going to use my Zen bow, and oh, that's right, I am +1 damage on all attacks from and against Taboki enemies. Okay, so let me put this here and here, and let's attack with our bow. Ooh. Okay, let's re-roll. I'm gonna spin a grit and re-roll. Yeah, that's better, and that's a critical hit. So it's gonna burn through that defense, and I will assign it to him. So this one's dead. So wow, he just took out 2 of the riflemen, which is great. It ignores armor because we did not move. So there we go. Alright, now however, the riflemen will go. And honestly, they will shoot at the ninja because they cannot see these guys. So that's fine. So they get 3 shots. Okay. So let's see what happens. Okay, well, they hit 1. Can we defend against it? And what is his defense? 4. We cannot defend against it. So we're going to take 3 damage. Okay. And I had to take 3 horror hits because of those guys there. So we'll do that. We'll do that in a second. The next attack from the other one. Okay, that was bad. That was 3 hits there. See if we can ignore these. Okay, we can ignore 1, which we will ignore the crit, and take 2 regular. So that's 6 more damage, and that is going to knock him out. So he's knocked out. I just shot the shit out of him. And okay, well, you know, so but that's fine. We have 1 revive token. When it comes his next turn to activate, we will so the sanity stuff really doesn't matter. Now see, I have a dilemma here. At the start of this, every hero on this map tile takes D3 horror hits. Is it for every one on there? I'm assuming it's for every one on there. It kind of seems a little high, but okay. Alright, so let's see. The first one would have done 1 horror hit. He would have passed. The second one would have done 2 horror hits. And he passed both of them. And the third one would have done 1 horror hit. And he failed that. So he just would have took 1 sanity damage, which was a fine. Okay. So, alright. That's that. They don't take any hits. The Taboki Rifleman shot the hell out of him. And so, now, however, we got to roll for each one to see if a Conjuring Spirit is drawn. So, on a 4+. So, the first one's going to get, yes. The Shadow Man. The shadows in the corner of your eye shift and float, taking the form of a dark figure hunched and lurking. As you turn to look at it, he disappears, only to take form once again just out of your direct sight but much closer. Every hero immediately takes a number of hits equal to their lore skill. These hits do 2 damage each. Okay. Alright. So, he's got a lore of 4. Or she's got a lore of 4, I'm sorry. So she takes 2, 4, 6. 6 damage. Jeez. Terrible. Wow. So she's almost dead, honestly. She's 1 away from dying. Okay. He has a lore of 2. But he fails those. So he's going to take 4 damage. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we got to roll for the other one. Okay, no spell for the other one. And then the third one, again, but it's going to become the enhanced. These hits are now -1 defense and ignore armor. Okay, that's fine. So from now on, these hits are now, but it's going to change at the end of the turn, but that's fine. Okay, so now it's their turn. Now, first thing she can do is she can heal D3 wounds. And she heals 2 wounds. Okay, now she's still on this map tile here. Okay, so she has to... Okay, and she's going to roll a 2. Okay, and... Well, no, yeah, sorry. So she failed her range hit. She's going to take 2 damage. So she looks like she's gained that 2 damage back. And now she's going to roll for movement. She rolls a 6. Now her range is 8 normally. So let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So I'm just going to move her here. Well, actually, I'm just going to move her. I'm going to keep her there. That way she can hit him or him. Okay. And then she's going to... attack the guy, but she's going to try the melt, and we're going to play this thing right here. We need a 10 or higher, and then she can use these. Ooh, that has to be range 5. Never mind. Okay, well, okay, we're going to use our 2 mana and see if what we can do. Okay, we're going to spend a grit and re-roll that. Okay, that's a 4. That's a hit. So we're going to see how many hits it's going to be. Well, first of all, it failed its armor, so it's going to take a pop. So it's going to get hit by it. Okay, and it's going to be 2 hits. Okay, this isn't going through anything. This is going to do 2 damage. Which will wound that one there. Okay, the samurai is going to have to see if he takes a hit. He does. So he's going to take 2 hits. Now he's going to roll for movement. He rolls a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's send him, well, let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll send him there. Okay. Excuse me. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to spend both his grit. Once per adventure, use 2 grit to take an extra activation at initiative level 1. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, we're going to go 3. And it's going to let me go 1, 2, 3. Actually, I'm going to go 1, 2. And I'm going to go here. And I want to attack that guy. Okay, well, I got 1 hit. This guy has armor. He failed his armor roll. Okay, now, 4, 5. Okay, I'm going to spend 2 fury, which is going to let me kill that guy, because he's 1 away from death. Which is going to give me back my fury and my wound, so I get my 2 fury back. But we kill this rifleman. So this one is dead. And we're going to gain 30 experience for that. Okay, now that is the end of the turn. So let's go ahead and roll for darkness. Okay, we failed that. So, first let's see if he can get another grit. No. Okay. And it's going on the growing dread. So let's see what happens here. It says, each hero takes a horror hits equal to their current remaining sanity. Okay. Well, he's not revived yet, so that's fine. Huh. Her current remaining sanity is 14, so I got to take 14 horror hits. Good God. Okay, let's just do that by 5s. Okay. 3. 5. 7. Okay. He has 10. So we'll do this by 5s as well. Okay, 4 plus, so 2. 3. Okay. Alright. So now he's revived. So let's give him a grit. He's back at full health. We will have to roll on the injury chart, see what happened to him. It's a 9. That's not hallucination. That is, you are -1 max grit from a broken collarbone. Okay. So he is stood up now. He is ready to go. And now he has to activate on that tile, so he has to take horror hits now because of those summoner guys. Alright. Alright. One horror hit. He passed. Another one horror hit. He failed. And two horror hits. He failed one. Okay, now let's roll for his movement. Well, alright. He's -1 max grit, so he doesn't get that grit. Well, he's gonna have to move. That's terrible. So we'll move one. So we have no choice. I can't shoot through the samurai. I'm going to shoot the arrow at him. Okay, it's a hit. This guy has armor. He didn't make it. So let's see how much damage I do. If I do actually no damage, I can spend a grit. So let's spend a grit. That's better. I do 6 damage. His defense is 4, so he's going to take 2 damage. So let's put that there with the arrow. Alright. Now it is their turn. To Boki Rifleman's turn, and let's roll to see who he's going to shoot. The assassin, so he gets 3 shots. Yeah, and he hit twice. Could be double damage unless I block it, and I blocked both of them, so that's fine. No damage whatsoever. Now it's these guys here. At the start of this enemy, no, that's the start of their activation. He wouldn't have got it. He revived. We did his. Okay. Alright, so let's roll a d6 and see if what happens. Nope, no spell. Yes, a spell. It's going to be a new one because that only lasts 1 turn. Hateful Imp. The Hateful Imp attaches itself to one of the heroes. Place this card on one random hero. When attached, the hero may not use grit. At the start of the hero's activation each turn, they may make a spirit 6+ test this card to Imp. Discard the Imp automatically when there are no summoners on the board if KO'd or at the end of the adventure. Okay, well, we got to see if the other one can cast a spell. He can, so it's going to be enhanced. So let's see who gets the enhanced. Who gets the imp? It's the assassin. He's getting the imp. Okay. It is now the sorceress's turn. She is not on their map tile, so she will not take horror hits. She can heal. She heals 1 wound. That's not the greatest. She will roll for movement. She goes 3. I think I will go 1, 2. Yeah. I don't think so. Ah, man, that's she's her well, she has 14 sanity. Shoot. I think she'll stay there. She's going to take a shot at that summoner. Nope, I can't assign hits to that. And that's a magical barrier. That is right. And with that stupid guy being there, I can't. Okay, I'm going to have to move forward. There's no 1, 2, 3. Okay. I'm going to have to shoot at the rifleman. I'm going to have to worry about it. At least I get another turn of that. So She's going to take a shot at the rifleman. Okay, that's a hit. It's a 4. His armor, he missed. He got a 3, so he didn't hit. So he's going to take 3 hits, actually. Okay, that's some good rolls there. That's 2 more damage because his defense is now 4. And that is enough to kill him. So he is dead. Okay. And she now will gain 30 experience points for that. And that is the end of her turn. Now it's the samurai's turn. Now he has to see how many horror hits he's going to have to take. So he's going to take 3 from the first one. And he fails every one. So he just took 3 horror hits. That was cray-cray. Okay. Next one is going to be 2 horror hits. He passed 1, so he's going to take 1 more horror hit. And the next one is 3 horror hits. Okay, so he's going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Man, he is just 1 short of going crazy. He's at 9, he has 10. Wow. Okay. That was terrible luck. Now it's going to roll for move. Okay, you know what? That's horrible. Because I rolled a 1 to move. So we'll go ahead and move up 1. And I get a grit. Unfortunately, I can't do anything. Okay. That is the end of the turn. So let's roll for darkness. Got a 9, so we're good on that. So it is the assassin's turn. He's got to do horror hits, so let's go ahead and do the horror hits. Okay, the first one's going to be 1 horror hit. He fails. The second one's going to be 3 horror hits. He fails 1. And the third one's going to be 2 horror hits. And he fails 1. Okay. Let's roll for his movement now. 2. He can move 3. So let's move him. 1, 2, 3. So he's adjacent now. So he can attack. Excuse me. Alright. Let's do his combat. Okay, well, I got a crit, but we don't get crits on that. So we're just going to regularly hit it. Alright, well, we did 1 damage to him. Yeah. That was just bad. We'll do it like that. Okay. Now it's their turn. and they really aren't going to do anything. They're not buffing anybody. So we got to roll for these conjured spirits here. Oh, wait a minute. He may make a spirit 6 test. Let me see if he got rid of that. He only has a 1 spirit. Got rid of that imp. He did. Look at that. He got rid of the imp. Okay. So now we're going to do what? Yep. We get a conjured, the blind beggar. Ghostly hands paw and grab you from all directions, tugging at your clothes and gear, while mumbles and walking moans echo in your mind. Every hero on the same map tile as a summoner immediately loses D3 dark stone or 1 dark stone. Okay. Well, let's see if the other one is enhanced. No, no spell. No spell. So it's not enhanced. So everybody's going to lose D3 times 100 or 1 dark stone. Okay, well, he can. Everybody's going to lose 1 dark stone. Okay. Alright, now it is the sorceress's turn. And of course, she's going to try to heal. Alright, well, she can heal 3 wounds. But now we have the horror hits. But she has 14 sanity, so. And we're going to use this. We're going to recover 1 grit. I want to recover the grit. So let's see. First horror hit is going to be 2. She passes both. Second horror hit is 2. Passes both. Third horror hit is 1. She failed. So she only takes 1. That's actually pretty good. Let's roll for her movement. 5. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to put her there. Let's see here. I may try to do the melt. Yeah, let's try. I'll spend 2 mana. No, let's just do a regular shot. Okay, let's re-roll. Okay. Alright. Okay, that's a 5. So, it has no armor, so we don't have to worry about that. So many hits. 1. 5. Okay. So it's going to take 2 hits. 2 wounds, I'm sorry. That's not a lot. So put that there. Okay, next up is the samurai. We're going to have problems with him because he he's going to lose some sanity here, probably. And so let's go ahead and see how many sanity hits he's going to have to take. He takes 1. He passed. Next one, 3. Ugh, this is probably it right here. 3 6s. You're kidding me. He passed every one of them. And the last one, again 3. Okay, I got a grit. Okay, so we spend the grit. He takes no sanity loss. He moves 3 spaces. We'll just move him up 1. And let's see here. He will attack. Okay, so we got 2 hits. Okay. So I'm going to have to spend some fury here. So I'm going to have to spend 4 fury, which is going to just give me back 2. And we do 2 more damage on that one guy. I'm rolling horrible now. And so he has that much damage. Okay, that is the end of the turn. Let us roll for darkness. 9, we're good. And now it is the excuse me, assassin's turn. And he will have to do his horror hit. So let's go ahead and do those. 2. And he fails 1. Okay. Next one is 1. Fails that one. And the last one is 1 again. And he fails that one. But he's still alive. Barely, but he's still alive. So he will now attack. Let's roll for his movement. Okay, I'm going to actually... I'm going to move him here. He can... Remember, he doesn't have to do escape or nothing like that. He can pop right there. And he will roll for his attack. Before I do that, though, however, I'm going to roll... I'm going to roll... He's going to drink some sake. And he's going to heal 3 sanity from the sake. So let's do that. Okay. Alright, now he's going to attack. Okay, well, that's 1 hit. Okay, so that's... That's a total whiff. That's not any damage whatsoever. That's horde. Wow. Okay. Next is their turn. Let's see if they activate any spells. The first one. Yes. Countless dead. Nameless soldiers killed on the battlefield reach out from beyond the grave to steal back a taste from every hero within 4 spaces of 1 or more summoners immediately takes 1 hit for each remaining point of health they currently have. Okay, let's see if it's enhanced. Yes. And then, well, it's already going to be. Affected heroes also take 1 horror hit for each point of sanity they currently have. Okay. So every hero within. Alright, so let's start with the ninja here. Every hero within 4 spaces of 1 or more summoners. Each remaining point of health. Well, he has 10 health. So we'll do it by 5s. 4, so it's 2. 4. 4 damage. Okay. And then horror hits for every point. He has 5 sanity left. Okay, so he only loses 2. Okay. She has 6 health. And she 5, 3. She takes 3 damage. So she's at 9. Okay, then horror hits is she has 14. So that's 6. That's another 6. Okay, she takes 3. Okay, let me figure him out. He's got complicated health. We can go ahead and take his horror hit though. And he passed it. So he doesn't have to worry about that. He has 12, 14, 16, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. So he's got 8. So he takes 2 more damage. Okay. Alright, and now the sorceress is going to go. Of course, she's going to heal 2 wounds. Roll for her move. Oh, yeah, we have to do horror hits on her again. God dang it, I forgot about that. These guys, man. Okay, 2. Passed. 1. Passed. 1. Passed. Okay. Okay. Alright. I wonder if I should try to melt. Let's try to melt. Okay. 7 is not good enough. I can spend 3 of these and hit the melt. Which it will go by its defense, where X is the value. It has 3 defense, so I can do 3 more damage to it. Okay. Alright. Alright, and now the samurai. So he's going to take 3 horror hits. He's probably going to go crazy. Huh. Alright, he passed all those. 1 horror hit. Okay, failed that. So yeah, he went crazy. He's gone insane. Good thing I have this resurrection scroll though. So he'll come back. So, but we can't activate that till the next turn. Until it's her turn. So let's go ahead and roll for darkness real quick. Alright, we got a 7, so we're still good on that because we're still in the 7s. And, alright, so let me get everything straightened out and we'll come right back. Alright, so because I'm using a resurrection scroll and not a revive, I'm not going to roll on the chart. So it is the assassin's turn and it's the start of his activation. So first thing we have to do is we have to see how many horror hits he's going to have to take. He's got to take 3 there. But he failed 1, so he's got to take 1 sanity damage. Okay. And then this time he's got to take 1. But he passed that. And 1 again. And passed that. So he's good on that. Now he's going to attack. Maybe we can finally kill one of these idiots right here, man. Man. Let's roll for his movement. Okay. You know, I've been forgetting he can re-roll any number of his defense rolls. That probably would have helped when I got knocked the hell out. But oh well, I missed it, so I had to pay for it. Okay, well that's pretty good. Okay, so that's 2 hits. Let's see how much damage it does. Okay, so Jesus Christ, man, I'm rolling terrible. We do 2 more damage. I'm going to assign it to this one since I'm next to him. And that is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so 2 more hits and that one's dead. Now it's her turn. And let's do her sanity thing. Actually, I'm sorry, it's the summoner's turn. Sorry. And let's see what spells they're going to do. Okay, no spell. A spell. And we have Bound by Evil. At the end of this turn, as long as there are at least 1 summoner aboard, draw a low threat card. No loot is drawn for this threat card at the end of the fight. Eesh, is it going to be enhanced? Yes, it will. It will be a medium threat card. Well, that's going to be terrible. So we got to kill all these guys. Now, first thing, she's going to heal some wounds. She'll heal 2. So we got that. Okay. Next thing, what we're going to do is we have to do the sanity. All right, that's 1 hit. Let's see. All right, she failed. Three hits. Ugh. Failed 1. Okay. And last but not least, 1 hit. She passed. Okay. Now, she's going to do the scroll. So, we used it. It's done. There we go. However, that is her turn. I don't know. Well, I mean, I'm not exactly sure if it's discard. It says discard, but you think casting a spell from a scroll would take a turn. Maybe she's doing it. I don't know. That's just going to be her turn. I'm sorry. That's her turn. Okay, so now it is the samurai's turn. He's back. He's resurrected. So let's see what he can do. He's got 3 combat, or, well, yeah, okay. Okay, that's pretty good. That's 3 hits. 1's a crit, but they're immune to critical, so that's fine. That's a good roll there. That one is not doing it. I am not showing that. I'm sorry. So 3 and 6. So he actually kills this one right here. So this summoner is dead. Now the summoner that conjured this up was the middle one. The one that enhanced it is this one. Okay, so if we can kill that enhanced summoner, alright, so let's give him some experience points for that. Now, however, we gain 1 fury, 2 fury, actually. But you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to do his sanity hit. So let's do that real quick. 1 hit, he failed. One hit, he failed. Okay? And 1 hit, he failed. So he failed 3 times. That's fine. Let me get this off of there. Okay. Well, I mean, I want to see if I can do no, there's nothing really there. Okay, so that'll be the end of the turn, so we're going to have to draw a medium threat card, unfortunately, and see what comes out, because yeah, okay, so it would have been okay, well that's not going to count. Okay. the Taboki cannon, and 3 Taboki spearmen. Jeez. Well, we just got ambushed because to ambush attack, no loot is drawn for this threat at the end of the fight. What a garbage, man. Wow. So, yeah, I think we're gonna just get killed, man. Here are the spearmen. And here's the cannon. Crap. And you know what I forgot? I forgot the regeneration. Oh my god. Okay, well, you know what? We're going to go ahead and we're going to call it. We disobeyed. We're going to hightail it the hell out of there. There's no way we win this. I screwed up with the regeneration. I wish I could go back and do that. I forgot about that. Damn it. Well, you know, I'm unfamiliar with these enemies. These summoner guys are just horrid, man. These Conjuring Spirits cards are terrible. And I would have took D6 horror hits if adjacent. So the more you're adjacent to them, oh my goodness. Yeah, we got wiped out. We got wiped out. There's no way that this is just boom. Okay, so let me see. We got wiped out. Okay, so because of my mistakes, we did better than what we were doing, and we did horrible. We were just getting our asses handed to us. So, oh boy. We would have took more horror hits. These guys would have regenerated. Those summoner guys, man, they're just horrid, man. So we're going to go ahead and fail. We got our asses handed to us. It says failure. When the heroes travel to town, they must each roll twice to see if they add a travel hazard to the journey. Also, one random building in town will have been destroyed. Okay, so because we failed so badly, we got our asses handed to us on this simple little mission. It could be because I'm not sure how to play these guys. Because I've never played. This is, other than a little brief little playthrough with some other people and stuff, this is the first time I've played these heroes. So I'm not exactly sure how to play them as good as... that's great. And these guys, man, I missed this D6 if adjacent, and we were all adjacent to these guys. That's why I don't like being close to them, but you can't assign hits to them because of the stupid magical barrier. So you got to go in and kill them really quick, man. I think I learned my lesson. I think we all learned our lesson on that. So forgive me for that. I'm very sorry. We're all going to pay a penalty. I think it would have been the sanity. So I'm going to roll for madness on all of them. And he will have one physical injury, one madness. She will have one madness. He will have one madness. He already lost to madness once. He would have lost to madness again. Because the D6s is what was killing me. I was giving my heroes a break every time. So let me get set up, see what kind of travel hazards we have to do. And then let's go to town, and we'll have to pay some money. we may not be able to pay any money. We don't have that much, but we'll see. Okay, so let's see if we have any travel hazards. Now we have to roll twice because we failed. 4, 3. So the assassin does not trigger any travel hazards. Let's roll for the sorceress. 2, 3. Alright, so she triggers 1 travel hazard. And it is 7. Harried by hellbats. Every hero must roll a d6 for every dark stone they are carrying. Well, guess what? We don't have any. Okay. And then the samurai. Alright. He's travel hazard. 14. Every hero must make an agility 5 or if attack gain 20 is the worst attack. If failed, lose. Okay, well let's see. Agility 5 or lore 5. So the ninja has a better agility, so he fails. But he doesn't have any dark stone to take, so that's fine. Her lore is 4. So she passes. So she's going to gain 25 experience. And the samurai is 3 agility. He passes, so he gets 25 experience. Okay. Okay, so we're at town. We have to roll to see which place has been destroyed. So let's roll an 8-sided dice and see which place has been destroyed. It is 3. It is the tavern. So the tavern is no good. So, okay, now we just roll on our madness chart. So the ninja, he rolled an 11. There is no long-lasting effect, and this madness is immediately removed. Okay, so the only thing he has is the broken collarbone. So I need to send him to the House of Healing. So let's send him to the House of Healing. Let's see. House of Healing. Let's see what we roll on the location. Alright, all attempts at surgery are made at +1. Okay, so that's fine. And we have to roll to see how much money it's going to cost. 50 bucks. Well, we got lucky, so we have $75 now. We are not able anywhere close to leveling up. So let's roll to see if we can heal. Okay, so we got a 4. So we've healed the broken collarbone. So we rolled the healed the broken collarbone. 0. And we have $75 left, and we have 8, 10, 16, 160 experience. Oh, we just got slaughtered. And you know, I made those. We just got slaughtered. Even though I made those mistakes, we still would have got slaughtered. That's just pathetic. All right, let's roll on the sorceress and see what her madness is going to be. And that's a 10 as well. And so that is burning, hearing voices. On the roll of 1, 2. All right. Anytime you end your move adjacent to another hero, roll a d6. Okay. 1, 2. You take 3 hits. Okay. So we want to get rid of the hearing voices. So we need to go to the shrine for her. And let's see what we can. Our daily thing is going to be there. It's an 8. No event. Okay, and she has to heal. She rolled a 1 as well. So it's only going to cost her 50 bucks. So she has $300. I'm sorry. She has $200. And her experience is 5, 6, 8, 10, 55. Okay. She rolled a 5. That's a success. So her madness is healed. And now let's roll on the samurai. See what crazy thing he's got. 8, the chills. When scavenging, ignore the first 6 you roll. You know what? I don't even know if I'm going to worry about that. I don't think I am. I'm not going to pay any money to do that. So he has 350. And his experience is more than anybody else, I think. 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 14, 15, 17. Yep. So, and let's see if that's it. I don't really have any money to buy anything. Let's see if we have any town event. We do not. We barely passed that. Okay, so that was our first mission of Forbidden Fortress. Our royal group got their asses kicked. They failed the Emperor in that aspect. Hopefully they'll do better next mission. Again, I'm sorry for the mistakes. I have not played those guys before. I didn't take into account. I forgot about the regeneration, and those summoner guys are terrible, man. You essentially can't hurt them unless you're far away. I mean, unless you're up close. The problem is, when you're close, for everyone on the board you're close to, you're taking these horror hits, and it just adds up quickly. You got to get in, kill them in 1 or 2 turns, or you're just going to be screwed. And those riflemen, and they buff everybody else, and the riflemen heal. So I'm sorry I made those mistakes. I am not used to the flow. If you ask me, I swear, if you ask me, this is harder, much harder than the original Shadows of Brimstone. Now, I do take into account that I have not played with any of these people before, so I don't know their strengths and weaknesses. But I did roll crappy on a lot of things. So, maybe we can get better for that. I haven't played against the enemy, so I don't know their strengths and weaknesses. But I'm going to try not to make the same mistakes next mission, because next mission is going to be our performer showman group. They will also be playing in the Forbidden Fortress. So we will have the same enemies. New mission, same enemies. So hopefully I won't make the same mistakes. And hopefully they'll be a little bit better of a team. This lady is... I'm not sure about her, to be honest with you. This is excellent. The problem is man... these are high. So basically... And her combat is garbage right now. So basically, you get one shot. And the problem is, a lot of these enemies either regenerate or have shields or something, and you can't do nothing to them. They don't take critical hits, so I think she's at a little bit of a handicap. You know, the spells I chose, I had to randomly pick them. So, that was just bad luck. The samurai is alright. He's actually pretty good. He's a tank. The problem is... with him is I think I picked some crappy battle tactics. And again, they were randomly chosen. If you don't kill the guy you're trying to kill with this one, he gets +2 combat. And on this one, you have to be farther down than everybody else. So that's a problem. The ninja's alright. I mean, he's got some good things. I didn't get to use a smoke bomb, so I think he's pretty good. But we'll see. Next time we play. But remember, this is just the beginning, so please excuse my mistakes. We're going to get better, and we're going to have more fun. But it was fun. I will say that. Its flavor feels totally different. It was fun. So until the next time, well, I will see you then. Have fun.